What if you woke up tomorrow and your inbox was full of speaking invites and your DMs were overflowing with people asking for your advice? Well, today I'm going to talk about 5 simple steps you can take to make that your reality, even if you're starting from zero now. Let's go.
Welcome to the Higher Purpose Marketing Strategy Podcast. If you're frustrated by marketing and want to stand out from your competition, this is the show for you. Every week, we're discussing how to build a plan that attracts your best customers and aligns with your values. I'm your host, Ashley Conway, follower of Jesus, CEO of Be Weird Marketing, marketing coach, and copywriter. I promise to defeat the ick, yuck, and struggle bus feelings you may have about marketing with a few good stories and proven advice. So let's have fun and get to work.
What we're talking about is how to become an industry expert. Now, why would you want that? Why would you want to purposefully work toward being an industry leader? Clients are going to gravitate to specialists. They are looking for people who get their style. So this could be whether you're a photographer and you kind of specialize in capturing these incredible photos of emotions, candid emotions, unstaged photos, or maybe you're a designer, a graphic designer, and you blend vintage and modern so seamlessly for something really unique. Whatever your unique selling proposition is, that thing that makes you unique, that sets you out from all the other people who do what you do. What is the thing that is your uniqueness? So that's what clients are gravitating toward. They're looking for specialists who the thing that they love is matched with the thing that you're really good at. In order for them to know that you are a specialist, an expert in a certain thing, you have to promote yourself as such. It is going to help you pinpoint one audience that you serve incredibly, or a style, an aesthetic that you love the most. It's going to help you niche down by being an industry leader, and you're going to get best fit, perfect match clients who allow you to work in the way to produce the creative thing that you are the best at and that you love most. Let's talk about these 5 easy steps. Number 1, you're going to showcase your signature process or look, whatever your signature is, your uniqueness. That's what you're going to showcase. Unlike some businesses who aren't creative, who have to stick to these dry case studies kind of thing, you can blow it out of the water here. You get to share your creative, your workflow from a concept or an initial sketch, or just your initial thoughts about a project. You can share that all the way to the final result. This peeling back of the curtain to show your process, it builds trust with people who are just watching you to see if you might be the right fit for them. And it also kind of positions you as an expert in this thing, this signature thing that you do. It will position you as the expert in that thing. The types of content that you would look to produce would be something like a behind the scenes reel, a time lapse that's kind of showing your initial stages through the end. You could show, if you do sketches of any kind, any of the things that you do initially, however you get inspiration, anything like that. Your creative activities, you can peel back the curtain and show that. Before and after carousels pictures, you can show the initial, the rough, the blank canvas, let's say, that you're working with. You show that before, then you can show in the middle if you want, but we definitely want to show the after of what you turn it into. This is great for people like designers who are starting with an old logo and creating a new, or it's great for landscape architects that we've talked about before. Like, you're starting with this really rough outdoor space, you turn it into something completely different. This before and after is showing the breadth of what you do. You can also do some mini tutorials. So think about the tools that you use every day. The things, and the hard part about this is that it's going to feel natural to you, but it would be totally new to someone else. If you're a photographer and there's a certain lens that you use to get a particular shot, you can show what that is and kind of what it does. You can, if there's a software that you use, again, show what that is and tell how you use it to create your special thing. What you're doing is you are, again, peeling back the curtain, bringing people inside, and you're showing them these are kind of the tools of my trade. I'm an expert. I have these special tools, just as you would think about like with a craftsman. If you're going to somebody to have them build a custom piece of furniture, they're going to use special tools. They're going to have special techniques. Think of yourself as the exact same way that you have a special way of doing things, and peel back, let them see that. Number 2, easy step, is to publish consistently on your best platforms, aka where your audience hangs out. Think about, regular Instagram carousels or LinkedIn articles, whatever the place is. What we need to do by publishing consistent content is to keep you top of mind, so that when a potential client needs somebody who does what you do, they're going to think of you first. And the consistency is especially important because of the algorithms. They don't show people every single thing we post. If you're posting twice a week, then it's really likely that your potential clients out there are not seeing both of those posts. And that's why we need to keep things going, not sporadic, but whatever you can commit to doing consistently every single week, stick to that so that people will see at least some of what you are doing. You're going to focus on content. When we're talking about publishing consistent content, we're going to focus on content that especially shows what you know and what you do. For example, tips that you have, befores and afters, a step-by-step process of how you do different things. You don't have to think about the whole project that you're doing. What's a step-by-step process of something, like a segment of it, something small? Hacks that make things easier that your audience wouldn't typically do. Like if you're a painter, like what's painting techniques, kind of different things. Behind the scenes as you're working or as your team is doing different things. Clients with your work and a testimonial. Let's say they're in the finished space that you have created and they're showing themselves in it and kind of talking about how awesome it is. If you're on LinkedIn, if that's where your audience hangs out, how about writing articles? Consider LinkedIn to be like your publication. Like you don't even have to submit an article. It's an automatic green light that you can publish regular articles and build this body of work that shows you're an expert. That's number 2, publish consistent content. Number 3 is to engage your community. Think about things like hosting live Q&As or mini workshops. It's going to position you as someone's approachable because you're putting yourself out there and saying, come join this, ask me questions. You're not so removed that they could never talk to you. So you're approachable and you're also knowledgeable because this is going to be kind of a teaching opportunity for you. And it is going to give potential clients a taste of your expertise, of how you work, of how you solve a problem, that you can speak to a lot of different things in your industry. Consider things like an Instagram live critique session. So they would send you photos or examples and you would critique those in an Instagram live and then take a couple of questions. Or an Ask Me Anything poll series on your Instagram stories where people can ask about color palettes or composition or anything related to what you do. And I would also, just a note here, when I say engaging your community, don't feel like, oh, I don't have a Facebook community, so this doesn't apply to me. Yes, we all have communities. If you have a social channel where anyone follows you, you already have a community. If you have an email list of any amount of people on it, You already have a community. It's just a matter of taking the people you already have, no matter how small, and you're going to start engaging with them, giving them opportunities to converse with you instead of it always being a one-to-many thing where you're pushing content out there and it's not a conversation, it's one way. We're going to give them opportunities to interact. It's great for you to show what an expert you are, and it's great for them to get to feel like they're getting to know you. All right, number 4, easy step is to collaborate with complementary creatives. We are talking about partnering with someone who is not a competitor. They don't do what you do, but they're what I call adjacent. So it's someone who has the same target audience as you. Let's think about if you're an event planner, like maybe a florist, or there's a million different things that are part of an event. Partnering with people like that who have the same audience, they're serving the same people, or venues would be good for an event planner. The same people, but they're not a competitor. If you're a graphic designer, it's a web designer, a copywriter, all of these, a video production artist. Any of these people, consider collaborating with them. Why? First, it expands your reach, like you're exposed to a whole new group of people, their audience, with very little work. Just by partnering with this one person, you get exposed to a whole lot of new people. And also, it is going to reinforce that you are an expert, because you're not going to offer everything under the sun, nor should you. But by having this network, it shows that you are a pro, that no matter what they need, you can send them to the right person who they can trust, because they trust you and you trust this other person. Things that you could do with that to position yourself as an industry expert would be something like you're going to co-brand a series of social media posts that features both you and this other person, this partner, and it's going to be educational. If you're a photographer, and let's say you're a wedding photographer and you partner with a florist, it's going to be something like using photos and flowers to create incredible memories, things like that. You're going to talk about a subject that both of you all have a role in, that is still educational to them and shows you both as experts. Or how to choose flowers that look incredible in your wedding photos, kind of thing. You're both lending some expertise there that helps both of you, but it ultimately is something that your audience wants to hear. So that's how you can kind of share audiences with someone else and get greater exposure. Something else would be, that's super easy, is guesting on podcasts. So you can be a guest, they would interview you, and it would be on something that obviously that you're an expert in, but that speaks to their audience. And then here's the last one, number 5. You're going to want to leverage your client testimonials and work that you've already done. If you listen to the last episode, episode 27, it was all about getting these powerful testimonials. Go back and look at that if that's something that you struggle with. Either you're not collecting testimonials regularly, or the ones that you're getting are kind of flat. What we can do here to position you as the expert is you're already getting these testimonials, let's say, because you listened to episode 27 and you got those rolling in. This is authentic feedback. You're going to pair that with real videos or photos of what you do to boost your social proof, just like we talked about last week. This is going to work faster and better than if you just put a quote out. If you actually have a customer with showing your work, in whatever context that is, that's going to be so powerful. And you can cherry pick who you ask to do this type of thing. So you can ask for a 30-second clip from a past client in their space, or using your service that you gave them. You're just going to ask them to talk about how it transformed their life, their business, whatever it was, however it applies to you, just 30 seconds. If you are a landscape architect and you have somebody in their new outside space and they're talking about how they entertain, or it's a sanctuary, or just the incredible memories they've made out there. Whatever it is, it's just 30 seconds. You're having them do that, and you can use that in such powerful ways to position yourself as a leader in what you do, an expert, a person who delivers. Or if it's somebody who is not ready, like, it would be too much for them to do a 30-second thing, just have them share a picture of themselves using their space. Anything like that you can use to highlight a project you did kind of in real life, in action. And that too helps position you in someone else's eyes as, oh my gosh, this is somebody doing great work, that are loved by their clients, that the client is so in love with what they did that they're showing them in their actual thing, using their actual thing. That is number 5. Let me review those real quick. Number 1 was to showcase your signature process, your uniqueness, to find ways to show people what makes you unique. Number 2 is to publish consistent content. Number 3 was to engage your community, to do some, helpful things, to pull them in, to take their problems, whatever it is, kind of troubleshoot them on the fly. Engage your community. Number 4 is to collaborate with people who do something that's complementary to you. And number 5 is to leverage those great testimonials, the great projects, the great clients, former clients that you've had. Leverage those. Let's get the most bang out of those fantastic projects and make them really work for you. If this has you feeling inspired, because this is something totally reachable for each and every one of you, is to become an industry expert in the unique thing that you do. If this inspires you, let's go ahead and map out a plan for your business and figure out what your unique thing is and how do we practically show that. All you have to do is schedule an introductory call with me, completely free, first-time call for first-time callers. You can go to bit.ly/beweirdcall all together to schedule that. I can't wait to talk to you, and I look forward to chatting with you here on the podcast next week.
Thanks for listening to today's show. For all things podcast, including transcripts, extra resources, and a place to submit questions for the show, visit higherpurposemarketingstrategy.com. I'd also love for you to do me 2 quick favors. 1, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and 2, share this episode with your colleagues. And that's a wrap. Meet you back here next week.